Hello, Stampers. I'm Kelly Acheson at astampabove.com, coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today for my Wait What Wednesday tip video, it's going to be a little different. A lot of times, some of my tip videos originate because I'm having an issue that I need to find an answer to, or I'm having an issue and I found an answer from somebody else and want to share it with you. Well, today my issue is disaster studio. So a lot of times you'll hear me say, or I'll post pictures about how I cleaned up my studio. I just came off of 2 classes that I put out in the last, I'd say 5 days or so. It's a ton of work and it keeps me super, super busy. So when I'm working on those, I tend to just keep stacking things up and stacking things up. And when I really think about it, it's just an excuse because that happens to me on a regular basis, whether I'm doing classes or not. So I'm like, it's like this a lot. Anyways, I thought what I'd do today is show you a little behind the scenes and a little real life with Kelly. And I'm going to share with you my disastrous mess because I do plan on cleaning it up. And then I'll also share the result with you after I get it cleaned up. I think it's super important as creative people that we clean our space from time to time. It helps clear our mind. I know for me, it makes me not feel so, I don't know if I want to call it anxious or twitchy because things are just such a mess and it makes me crazy. Not crazy enough to keep it picked up. For those of you that are meticulous, I'm jealous. It doesn't bother me all that much, but it does start, like piling up, and then it is like, oh my gosh, I have to do something, right? So I'm going to flip this camera around. I am going to give you a real life view of Kelly's behind the scenes disastrous mess. And then I'll also share with you what it looks like when it's cleaned up and how I'm feeling when I finally get that accomplished. Let's flip the camera around and no judging. Remember, there's no judging. No judging. Okay, you guys, we're going to start by coming right in the door. And we're going to take a look. Yep, my floor is full of little bits and pieces. I need to vacuum. I need to get this cleaned up. Hang on while I close the door because Steve always gets annoyed when I'm shooting videos and I don't have the door closed. He says I have a big mouth. And I do. I'm pretty loud. So here we go. This is a little cabinet thing that I built, and I took drawers out of one of those, stacking shelf things, and I built this cabinet around the drawers. It's starting to fall apart now because, well, I'm not a professional carpenter, but it's really served me well. And here's some of the mess I've been talking about. I've got an old Big Shot sitting there. I've got scraps that I have left over from after my classes. I've got a bunch of cards stacked up. You can see some candy in the background. I always have candy hidden in here. This right here is my light box, and as you can see, it doubles for storage. These are some of the projects Molly was working on last time she was here. So this is where I take photos of my cards if you see them with a white background. And then, of course, every stamper needs their crazy Santa hat up there. And again, I should not be storing stuff on there. You can see that this is starting to buckle a little bit, so that's not good. But I've got my TV over here. I've got just a bunch of little goodies, all of my cable equipment. Here again are some more cards, baskets and baskets of cards. These are just empty boxes, and they're nice little boxes from those rectangular metal tins, so I didn't want to get rid of them because we're kind of hoarders, aren't we? Some more bins that I need to put away. I've got postcards I send out to people. I've got more cards back there, more bins stacked up. Oh my gosh, we've got some bins down here, lots of garbage in the corner, some more scraps from classes. This is where my assistant helps me, my helper, and she's kind of messy too. So we've got all kinds of junk all over her end of the table down here. And let's see, we're going to go back over here. Here's where I came in the door. You can see my rickety old lamp and my rickety old fan. When you hear me talking about having a hot flash, I'll flip this around over so it's pointing at me and turn that baby on. Then I've got this cute little decorative shelf that looks like a complete disaster with all my notes hanging from it. This is just how I try to keep my life straight. I've got some neat things that I've made over the years up here, like this little pot that's cute with Hershey Kisses in it, and this framed art that I made, pictures of my dad and me together. I've got some Ghirardelli chocolates, my holy cow card that my friend Dina made me. A lighted up SU sign that I never see because there's too much junk in front of it. Oh, let's not forget sea salt caramels. These are not from Donkers, unfortunately, but they do in a pinch. They're not as good as Donkers either. I've got some cute little family signs or some cute little wooden signs that people have given me. Little bit of artwork. One of my team members and friend Lisa made this for me because she liked the colors because it matched my office, and it does. Let's move back a little bit. Here's my printer, a little filing cabinet. My printer is always piled with stuff. I just keep, moving the piles around just like everybody else. Now, I just got back from Michigan, and this is still my bags from Michigan. And let's see, I've got this bag here. And I've got those bags there that I haven't put away yet. Here's where I have my new Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And then I keep all of my mini catalog products in these 3 drawers, so I keep it separate to make sure that I use it. I've got some drawer storage here, my postage scale. Then we can move over to my bookshelf where I keep some decorative stuff. My card from Shelly and Sarah for when I hit my million. That was super exciting. Then all my stamps, some more cute signs, more stamps, and then I just got a pile of garbage down there, like a whole bunch of things that I never use. Why do we keep the things we never use? This is the backdrop that you often see behind me when I'm shooting videos, but here's what it usually looks like. And of course, before I shoot a video, I always clean this up. And it's like a daily task for me to clean that up. So I've got all of that. These are some IKEA cabinets that I put together. All my designer series paper down here. I've got big shot plates and various things up there. I need to get those out of there. We don't use a big shot anymore. Here's all my dies and embossing folders over here. And that is just shipping labels and various junk. Then we're going to move over here. Well, this looks like a complete disaster too, right? So I've got some picture-y things up there. I've got all kinds of more junk here. This is where I keep my adhesives. I've got some miscellaneous ink pads like Versamark and Memento over there. A whole bunch of pretty cards to share. I keep my markers, and I don't even know what else is in that cabinet. That tells you how often I use it. Here's all my embellishments and this right here and some other various stuff. And then I've got this whole pile of swaps and garbage, and that's my bill bin back there where I throw all my invoices or anything that I pay for business expenses. Here's my overflowing garbage can. This is an old paper cutter that I have. Then I have this cool magazine rack, but then I've got it covered up with so much junk you can't even see it. Oh my, Kelly. Here's my filing cabinet where I keep all my cardstock and hanging files. I've got my calendar open because I need to figure out what I'm working on. I have this back scratcher. Yeah, this was sent to me. Oh, I should have written the name on it, but I think maybe Linda sent it to me. I can't remember, but I love it. Here's where I have all my punches, but as you can see, they don't all fit in there. So I've got a whole bunch over here. What a disaster that is, right? And this is my office. I usually have my laptop sitting on this little shelf, but you can see I've got that piled full of junk. Laptop, desktop. Here's all my ink and stamp and blend storage. These are all waiting to shoot videos. So they're cards that I have designed with all the pieces, and I'm waiting to shoot videos. I just got done with an online class, so that's what all this is laying around. My peanuts. Don't forget my little bag of candy corn over here because I have almost annihilated another whole bag. There's like 8 pieces in there if I'm lucky. And this is my little tool caddy. This is from Pampered Chef. I've had this forever. And then I've just got some various things here. I bought some Halloween candy when I was in Michigan last weekend. I hope to be using that to create a project with. I'm always looking for interesting candy to do Stampin' Up! Projects, right? What else can I show you? Oh, I've got my whole list here. These are my lists for online classes, so I can keep track of those and put the orders in as they come. And did I show you the rest of my floor down here? Yeah, I think you got a pretty good look at it. And my door, this is the door that won't stay closed. Like, if I walk over to it, Now it's going to make a liar out of me. Usually when I step on the floor right here, it opens up. So sorry, that didn't work out so good. So, do you have hives yet? Are you a neat person that this makes you absolutely insane? Is it a little bit shocking that I can get so much accomplished and these are my living conditions? Well, I think it's about time I clean this mess up. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm gonna shoot another video segment that shows you what it looks like when I have my stamping life back in order. I challenge you to clean your stamping space. It is an amazing feeling once you get things put away, put where they belong, everything cleared off, and you feel like you can breathe again because you have space to work in. I challenge you to clean up your stamping space. And if you're a neat freak, no judging, if you're a neat freak, you might want to just pick a drawer that's been bothering you because it's kind of a mess. Clean something up. It's amazing how good it'll feel. I'll be back in just a bit after I get this mess cleaned up. Okay, you guys, this is it. I have been working for hours and hours. It is now about 1:30 in the morning, and I'm not kidding. When this video was taken. So I got all of that cleaned off. I got all the floor cleaned off. I took out garbage once and kind of filled it back up. Here's where my helper works. She's going to be so happy when she comes tomorrow. No stuff on the floor to trip over. How about that? I cleaned off my printer. I got all my cabinets cleaned off. I cleaned off my shelves. I washed them all down. I got this all cleaned off and washed. It was really dirty. Oh my goodness. Got that cleaned off. Look at my floor. Now don't look at my mat because that's all little adhesive spots that are icky, but I can't deal with that. Not gonna lie. Then I got my shelves all cleaned out. Look at that. Boom. Very, very nice. I even cleaned off my magazine rack a little bit so it's not so busy. That's all clean. And then my desk, I washed that all off. See the Oreos there? That's probably going to be my tip video for next week. How does Oreos tie in to stamping? You're going to find out. So there you go. I am super happy, and if it wasn't so late at night, I would certainly start stamping. But I think whoops, I just tripped over something. I think I'll head to bed and make a fresh start tomorrow. I encourage you, I challenge you to clean up your stamping area. You are going to be so much more creative when your head is clear and your surroundings aren't so cluttered. At least that's the way I feel about it. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. Don't forget to click in the bottom right corner, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also you can head on over to my blog. I'll have some still photos there for you. And don't forget, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. You pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com. I'd be happy to send you some catalogs. Have yourselves a wonderful hump day. Bye-bye.